Sweets.
Oh, okay. You really wanted to make me laugh this time.
I needed to call you that as well. I think that's the terms of endearment. That's like tops for me in how you address a lot of people. But I take it as a personal sort of way for addressing me specifically. It's my term.
For you or for other people?
That
Please
you
clarify.
address me by. I mean, I've heard you call other people sweets, which hurts a bit, but that's okay. I love that you call me sweets, though. I've claimed it as mine.
Goodness. Welcome, everybody, to the power of 3.
3 questions, 3 songs.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
And as usual, well, it's usual now, by now. We expect it. We have a guest.
We have a guest. So excited to have the guest that we have here today. I just want to say, today's guest gives me so much life. I met her only recently, but I'm just so... Okay. You give me life. You give me life. That's what I wanted to say to you. I get excited, emotions run high, and I lose my ability to speak. But
I very much doubt that.
She's got you.
I love having you here and I love receiving you.
Love being here. Thank you so much. Thank you for asking me. I appreciate it.
Heidi, man, you just reminded me so much of the many music experiences that we've shared. I don't think you were there yet when all the girls started laughing that were singing with me. And they all just packed up laughing and I sang alone to the end. No, you were definitely not there.
I remember the story.
I would not have left you alone. I would have sung with you.
That's exactly what I was saying. So Enrico's just doing some final checks and stuff. And as soon as he gives us the green light, we'll go ahead. You're Neil.
I have to say I was a young Adventist when I met Lisa. And she probably taught me more songs than anybody I've ever met in the 2 years that we we shared a dorm room for one year.
Yeah.
But we did matric together. And I learned so many beautiful songs from her. So, yeah, I'm very grateful to this day. Some of them I still sing.
When the cameras are off, Hyde, you're going to have to share a few secrets about young Lisa with me.
There aren't any. She's an open book.
I love it. I love it. Let's get going, Neil.
Right. Thank you for joining us on this episode, Hyde. It's been a pleasure once again meeting you. And I want to welcome all our listeners for the Power of 3, our viewers, because it's not a podcast, this is a show. People can see things. So we refer to them as viewers. As you know, the context of the show is, or as you might know, the context of the show is we'll ask you a couple of questions. And by couple, I mean 3. That's it. The power of 3. Sweets, do you want to...
I'll start us off with question 1.
Thanks.
Heidi, what's the last thing you do before you leave for work?
I check everything because I am not a morning person. My husband wakes me up with a cup of coffee every single day of my life. Sometimes he's really good with even adding a sandwich or something. But yeah, so I'm a late riser. So by the time I check my watch, I am usually late. So then I have to check, do I have my phone? Do I have my car keys? Have I taken something out for supper? Am I wearing my shoes and not my slippers? And then I can leave home. So yeah, I'm always checking. And I should actually have a list at the back of my door, like phone tick. But I don't. I was just thinking, that's a really great idea.
Well, we're glad you're coming up with inspiration on the power of 3.
Yes. Thank you.
Vader, neem my hand en lei my, want ek het geen vriend so teer. In die duister sal ek struikel, laat my dig aan die sy bly. Donker val die skadu's om my, en daar is geen skuile naam. Wees my vesting, o my Vader, hou my bewend hand styf vas. O lei my Vader, want op U vertrou ek steeds. U selfs in twyfel, ek gaan met U elke dag. Waar ek daagliks nou versoek word, help my in my hulpeloosheid, en alom my woed die storme, en die golwe breek om my. Vinnig gaan die duister om my, en daar is geen skuiling nou. U o God is al my redding, help my om nie te vergaan. O lei my Vader, want op U vertrou ek steeds. U weg is goed hier, want ek kan alleen nie gaan. En son of skadu, en die dag of duisternis, nooit in angs of selfs in twyfel, ek gaan met U elke dag. O lei my Vader, want op U vertrou ek steeds. U weg is goed hier, want ek kan alleen nie gaan. En son of skadu, en die dag of duisternis, nooit in angs of selfs in twyfel, ek gaan met U elke dag. Ek gaan met U elke dag, want U gaan met my elke dag.
Hyde,
Do you like that song?
you are like a cup of warm soup on a cold winter's night.
Oh, I've been called many things. Not that, however.
Not that.
Not
Oh.
that.
You're such a comfort.
I have been singing that song for 42 years,
Mm.
and it still makes me happy.
And that's exactly the framing of how I found myself responding. I just became happy.
Happy. Yes.
And it's not frivolous. It's not a frivolous happiness. There's no adrenaline involved. It's a different kind of happiness. The kind that
Like
kind
when you
of
eat
is
a cup of soup, when you eat a
foundational.
chocolate, it's like that real warm, nice feeling.
Oh, did we have to bring chocolate into this?
Hyde, I need to ask you a question, as difficult as it is
Go for
right
it.
now. Okay. Something I struggle with, and I'm pretty sure a lot of our viewers struggle with, is asking for help. Right? Your experience of that, of asking for help, how has that been?
It's been wonderful. I have found that as soon as you have the courage to ask someone for help, you build a friendship. You build confidence in that other person as well as yourself, because you trust that person enough to show your vulnerability. I can't do this by myself. I need you to help me. Then that person has a choice. I'm capable of helping you, or I cannot help you, or I know of someone who can help you. So you also give that person an opportunity to feel good about themselves and maybe, broadening it. I have a lot of children, and maybe I should share this. The last two, I got 10 years ago. I got, my husband and I took two children into foster care. And the little one was only 3. And these children were abandoned, and they were hurt, and they were broken. And I'd already had lots of children. I have lots of children. I didn't feel equipped though. I was so afraid that I would do more damage to these children. And I realized that, of course, I'm going to pray. Of course, I'm going to ask my husband, but I need someone to tell me what to do. And I just reached out and I just said, please, you guys need to equip me so that I don't do more damage, but that I can build these children. And got the social worker, got a psychologist. And you know what they told me? They said, just be you. Just be real. And if you really need to ask someone what to do, ask the children. Ask them, what do you need?
Wow.
What can I do for you? How can I help you? Ask the person that needs the help to help you to help them.
I love it.
And that is the best advice I'd ever gotten in my whole life. So it isn't always me that needs the help. Sometimes I need to find out how to help someone else, and then I can equip someone else, because then I can share that knowledge. As soon as I feel that I need help and I find an avenue where to get help, I should not keep that to myself, because there are other people that might need that avenue as well. So as soon as you have found help, you need to share that so that other people can find the help as well. There you go.
A woman in the Bible days, her last meal almost gone. But God sent Elijah to make his word known. He said, woman, don't you worry, for God sent me today. And before you even asked him, help was on the way. Just hold on a little longer, help is on the way. Brighter days coming for those who believe and pray. Help won't help tomorrow if you give up today. Just hold on a little longer, help is on the way. Troubles of this life come by, and burdens get you down. You think no one is listening, you think no one's around. Just remember what his word says, just trust him and obey. Keep your eyes towards the heavens, 'cause help is on the way. Just hold on a little longer, help is on the way. Brighter days coming for those who believe and pray. Help won't help tomorrow if you give up today. Just hold on a little longer, help is on the way. Help won't help tomorrow if you give up today. Just hold on a little longer, help is on the way. Just hold on a little longer, Jesus is on his way. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Straight to the heart. Straight to the heart.
I hear that. I mean, I felt that too. And yes, help is on the way. And then she contextualizes it so perfectly in the last line. Jesus
is on
is
his
on
way.
his way. And that means, okay, you can work it out for yourself, but it means that Jesus is our help. So, yeah. Wow.
First port of call.
It should be, Okay, so I have another question for you, Heidi. What would you say to someone who is struggling to make a decision for God?
Yeah, that's a tough one because we all have different ways of experiencing God and finding God. I think the best thing you can do, the best thing I would do, is to witness with my own experience, to tell people that I wasn't born a Christian. I wasn't born an Adventist. I wasn't born perfect. But God has taught me some lessons along the way. And I walked a road. And on my road, God has blessed me. God has guided me. God has protected me. And He surrounded me with His angels and with great friends. And only if you have the stories, and we have the stories, but sometimes we're afraid or we're shy or we think people will laugh at us. But I've experienced that if you are kind, if you are humble, and if you share your testimony, not to make yourself shine, but to let that person see Jesus through you, to let that person be brave, because you have to be brave to make a decision, and it is a very important decision. But I think the best way to help someone to make a decision is to tell them how and why you made yours.
Heidi, before you give us your last gift, I just want to thank you for being you. Thank you for visiting us here at the Power of Three. Like, there's something I can't articulate. I mean, I can't articulate anything, but like energy. Energy. I'm in love with your energy, Heidi. You are such a joy. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I feel very privileged to have been here today.
So, everybody, we'll see you next time on the Power of Three.
On the Power of Three.
As we listen to Heidi with her last song.
Suppose you could look in the future, envision the things to be. Suppose you knew Jesus was coming tonight, then I know you'd be down on your knees. Just suppose Jesus came and your heart was not ready because you had turned him away. Just suppose Jesus came and demanded an answer for things that had caused your delay. And suppose heaven's gate was locked tightly without you, and you stood there weeping outside. Oh, my friend, there is time. Jesus waits for your answer. It's time now for you to decide. Suppose you've been walking the wrong way, but no peace of mind you found. If you knew that Jesus Suppose Jesus came and your heart was not ready because you had turned him away. Just suppose Jesus came and demanded an answer for things that had caused your delay. And suppose heaven's gate was locked tightly without you, and you stood there weeping outside. Oh, my friend, there is time. Jesus waits for your answer. It's time now for you to decide. It's time